The new Labour government have made a big deal about the dire inheritance they were left by the Conservatives. They mention a £22 billion black hole at every opportunity. So what are some of the spending pledges that Labour are making now? Let's find out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel.
I remind them that tax announcements will be made in the budget on the 30th of October alongside an independent forecast from the Office for Budget Responsibility. This will be a budget to fix the foundations, to rebuild Britain and to ensure working people are better off.
Bill Esterson.
The Minister referred to the £22 billion black hole in the public finances left by the party opposite, and which they hid from the British public. Doesn't what happened under the last government highlight just how important it is to ensure transparency and independent analysis in economic decisions?
I thank the honourable gentleman for his question. Upon taking office, we discovered, as he said, a £22 billion black hole in the public finances that had been left by the previous government, and we've now uncovered a litany of unfunded spending commitments by the Conservatives. And we recently learned that the deficit is now £4.7 billion higher than the OBR forecast back in March because of their economic recklessness. But we will rectify this, and we will set out a clear spending plan and our ambitious plan to get the country back into stable economic conditions at the budget. But the Prime Minister has been clear: those with the broadest shoulders should bear the heavier burden. The government is providing £500 million, including the estimated Barnett consequential, to extend the Household Support Fund in England to another 6 months to 31st March 2025. This continues to be our aim, to support those who are most in need. The Household Support Fund is specifically used by local authorities to help the most vulnerable households cover the cost of essentials such as food, energy and water.
And I made difficult decisions, some very difficult decisions, to put the public finances on a sustainable footing. They were tough decisions, but they were the right decisions in the circumstances that we face. This includes the decision to make the winter fuel payment better targeted so pensioners who need it most still get it alongside the pension credit. Targeting winter fuel payments saves around £1.5 billion a year to support the public finances. And all local authorities, including in Torbay, have been written to about how they can play their part in identifying those pensioners who are entitled to pension credit but aren't getting it. The DWP will also bring together the administration of pension credit and housing benefit, so that pensioner households currently receiving housing benefit also receive any pension credit that they are entitled to. And we will also clamp down on egregious spending and half government spending on consultancy. This will save £500 million next year. Increasing consultancy spend has been rife across government these last 4 years, up 55% at the Department for Transport.
Does the Chancellor agree that she could have actually reduced the level of the national debt had she chosen not to reward her trade union paymasters by spending £10 billion in inflation-busting pay rises?
Yeah.
Well, as the honourable gentleman knows, the government borrowing is running at £4.7 billion higher than the OBR forecast because the previous government made unfunded commitments without any idea of how they were going to be paid for. The previous government set the mandate for the independent pay review bodies, and we have honoured the recommendations of the independent pay review bodies to ensure that our armed forces, our police officers, and our nurses and our teachers got a pay rise. I think that is the right thing to do. If he doesn't, I don't wonder how he justifies that to public sector workers in his constituency.
And a pledge to spend £3 billion in military support for Ukraine this year, next year, and for every year it takes, for as long as it takes for Ukraine to win.
So GB Energy will invest across a range of clean energy technologies, using its £8.3 billion capitalisation.
A spending commitment after spending commitment, absolutely no idea of how to pay for it. From road and rail projects to A-levels to the Rwanda deal, £22 billion of unfunded commitments that the last government had no idea how to pay for. We will fix the foundations of this economy, rebuild Britain and ensure working people are better off, fixing the mess that the last government left.
Spending promises over a 5-year parliament or one-off costs. Not to worry if it doesn't make sense to you yet. They don't understand it either. Thanks for watching.